Okay, so for our last topic, we're just going to discuss the basic of probability. So the reason why I opted for a video discussion because I know na kaya ni understand this topic, especially this is just your basic, right? So starting with, let's have your what we call your sample space. So when we talk about which is related to statistics. Ang pinaka-basic na topic is your sample space. Ang tinatawag nating sample space is ito yung set ng mga possible outcomes kapag mag-experiment kayo. So for example, we have or say you toss a coin. So you have a coin, say coin. Say a 5 peso coin or a 1 peso coin. And then ito-toss nyo siya. So, pag sinabi nating sample space, ano ba yung mga possible outcomes na pwede ninyo kapag mag-toss kayo? Of course, alam natin na ang possible outcomes lang is you get a head or you get a tail. So, as I said last time, when we talk about sets, since alam naman natin that sets is something that is written in a parenthesis, therefore, makikita ninyo that heads and tails is written inside, parenthesis, braces. It's written inside set of brace. So, ibig sabihin, when we talk about sample space, ang ilalagay nyo lang doon is kung ano ba yung possibilities. So, let's try another one. We have here 2 points. So, dalawang points yung itotoss ninyo. Kanina, isa lang na point. So, ngayon naman, you're gonna toss 2 points ng sabay. Alam natin that dito sa ang pwede ninyong makuha is isang head, and then dito sa isa, are also isang tail. Same as dito sa isa, you're gonna get the same set of possible outcomes. Ngayon, kunin nyo na lang yung combination. So, pwedeng sabay silang makakakuha ng dalawang head. Pwede rin namang yung first coin is head, yung second coin is tail. Or pwede rin namang first coin is tail, the second coin is heads. Or the 2 coins, pareho silang nagbigay ng dalawang tails. So kapag dalawang coins naman, this is the sample space. As I said kanina, it's a set, so always put it inside. Okay? Paano naman kapag rolling a dice? So, alam natin kung ano yung donut lang at dice. Alam natin yun. So, when you have a dice and you try to roll it, ano kaya yung possible na sample space? Alam natin na sa dice, there are 6 numbers. There are your 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yun yung ating sample space. Okay? Pero since ang nakalagay dito is multiples of, ang kukunin mo lang na sample space is that yung mga multiples of which is 2, 4, and 6. So when we talk about sample space, we are talking about possible outcomes when we can experiment. Lahat ililista. Okay? Ngayon naman, if you have your sample space, of course, what's the use of a sample space? Ginagamit natin yan in getting probability. So when we talk about the probability, this is the extent to which an event is likely to occur. Ibig sabihin, you are trying to get the ratio between your favorable causes by your sample space. So ang hahanapin mo na lang dito is ilan ba yung probability of getting your favorable case out of the sample space na pwede ninyo makuha. Okay, medyo confusing pero let's try to understand. Sabi dito, when we get the probability, kailangan nyo munang makuha yung sample space. So here we have here, in tossing a coin. Sabi natin kanina, ang sample space kapag mag-toss tayo ng isang coin is heads or tails laing. Okay? That's clear. Now, you are trying to get the probability of getting a head. Kung titignan ninyo dito sa sample space, ilan ba yung favorable case na makakakuha ka ng head? Alam natin is isa lang kasi mesa mag. So you're gonna get the ratio. You're gonna get the ratio of getting head over sample space. So kapag ratio, it's just fraction or division. So possibility of getting a head, that's 1, over your sample space, which is dalawa sila, so that's 2. So ang probability getting ahead when you toss a coin is ganun lang. Okay? Let's try another one. Paano naman kaya kapag probability of getting a non-numeric from a card of deck or from a card in a deck? Una, kunin muna natin yung sample space ng tinatawag nating deck. So if you have a deck of cards, ilan ba yung ating cards na nandun? We know that meron tayong 50 na cards sa isang deck. Okay? Ngayon naman, ang kinukuha nating favorable causes is yung non-numeric. Lahat ng hindi numbers. So kung titignan ninyo, meron tayo ditong letters and also your ating case. Di yan number, so kukunin din natin yan. So the number of our favorable cases is 12 plus 4, 16. Out of your sample space na 50. So the probability of getting a non-numeric card from a deck is 16 over 2. Or, simplifying, pwedeng 1, or pwedeng 4 over 13. Okay? So in getting the probability, ang unang gagawin, kunin yung sample space. Pangalawa, bilangin yung favorable cases. Pangatlo, just divide. Okay? So, paano naman kapag dice? So, what if you're getting the probability of getting multiples of 2 in your in rolling a dice? Alam natin that the sample space of rolling a die is 6. Kasi meron tayong 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our sample space is 6. Ngayon naman, ano ba yung ating favorable causes? Ang favorable causes natin is yung mga multiples of 2. So ilan bang multiples of 2 ang nasa 1, 2, 6? Meron tayong 2. Therefore, ang probability natin should be equal to 3 per sample space, which is 6. Or we can say that the probability is just the same as 1. That's it. Okay? Ganun lang ang pagkuha ng probability in the simplest possible way. Ngayon naman, in probability kasi, we have random variables. Pag sinabi nating random variables, these are the things or numbers na hindi natin alam. We are trying to find for these random variables. And since hindi natin alam yung mga values na to, we are trying to assign numbers for them para meron tayong magamit. Okay? Usually, ang pagkaka-represent ng random variable is a function. So, na-discuss ko na sa inyo noon kung paano maisulat ang function, pwedeng f of x, pwedeng g of x, basta ang random variable is written as a function. Okay? Now, there are two types of random variables. Alam ko naman that you have already discussed the difference between your discrete and your continuous. Ang palagi nyo na lang tatandaan always is when we talk about discrete, they are countable. Nabibilang sila. Pero when we talk about continuous, they are measurable. So, na-measure. So, for example, number of decks. Syempre, nabibilang yan. So, that's discrete. number of dots. Nabibilang. Kaya siya discrete. Weight, hindi yan nabibilang. That's measurable. Kaya siya continuous. So as your height. Other types of continuous in temperature, what else? Pwede ring makuha natin yung continuous with or shoe size, kasi mini-measure yon, hindi yun binibig. Okay? Basta the clearest definition or difference between your discrete and continuous, kapag countable, discrete. Kapag measurable, continuous. Okay? So, when we talk about, so ang focus lang kasi natin is on your discrete. So, wala tayong, di natin i-discuss yung ating continuous. So, we're gonna focus on the discrete random variable, or specifically, we're gonna discuss on your discrete probability distribution, which is also known as PMF, or probability mass function. So, tilalaglagipan nyo the probability distribution of a discrete random variable is also known as probability mass function or PMF. Okay? Ngayon, paano ba natin makukuha? When we talk about PMF, you need to remember these two things. Okay? Unang-una is the probability should be between 0 and 1. Hindi kayo makakakuha ng probability na mas malaki sa 1. Hindi kayo makakakuha ng probability na mas malaki sa 0. It's always between 0 and 1. Okay? And also, you need to remember that the sum of all your probabilities is always equal. Yun lang. Yun lang yung i-remember nito. Na di pwedeng makakuha ng probability ng mas malaki or mas maliit kay 0 and 1. Also, the sum of your probabilities should be exactly equal to 1. So let's try to have an example. Sabi dito, we let a random variable be defined as the number of heads in tossing points. So, kanina, nakuha na natin kung ano yung sample space ng points. Okay? Meron tayong 4. We have your head-head, head-tails, tail-heads, and tails. Ngayon, hinahanap natin ang is the probability or the random variable or the PMF of getting your heads. Okay? Excuse me, or the number of heads. So, una, you're gonna get your possible values. So, for your possible values, tignan nyo lang kung ano ba yung mga possible values of your x. Ano ba yung mga possible values of your heads? Kung titignan ninyo, pwedeng ang heads mo is 2, pwedeng ang heads mo is 1, or pwedeng ang heads mo is wala, 0. So that is your values of x. Okay? After that, you're gonna get your PMF. So what is your probability of getting 0 heads? So since 0, iisa lang siya, that's 1 over the sample space, so 1/4. Paano naman kapag 1? So probability of getting 1 head. So since meron tayong dalawa, pwedeng HT, pwedeng TH, so that's 2 over the sample space na 4, so that's 1/2. Paano naman kapag dalawang heads? That is 1 out of. So that is how you get the possible, or you get the probability. Okay? And then after getting the probability, pwede nyo na siyang isulat in its probability distribution or PMF. Susulat nyo lang. So dito sa 0, 1/4. Dito sa 1, 1/2. And then dito sa 2, 1/4. Now, dapat pasok yung dalawang descriptions na sinabi ko kanina. Na dapat yung probabilities is 0 to 1. Titignan natin, pasok silang lahat. Another one, pag pinag-add mo lahat ng probabilities, that should be equal to 1. So 1/4 plus 1/2, that's 3/4. 3/4 plus 1/4, That's 4/4 or 1. So, ibig sabihin, pasok. This is the correct PMF. Okay? Pwede rin natin isulat as histogram, pero usually ang ginagamit lang naman natin is the table. Okay? So, let's try another example. Dito naman, sabi, you consider tossing a die. So, magtotoss tayo ng die. And then, ang hahanapin natin is the number of dots. Okay? So, una, hanapin muna natin yung sample space. Ano ba yung mga possible outcomes kapag magtotoss ka ng die? Of course, meron tayong 6. Okay? Ngayon naman, ang ating random variable daw is the number of dots. Alam natin na meron tayong 6 possible number of dots na magpapakita. Pwedeng 1, pwedeng 3, 4, 5, or 6. So you're gonna get the probability of all of that. So unahin natin si P1. Si P of 1, the probability of getting 1 is, it's just 1 out of 6. Kasi isa lang naman yung 1 natin out of the 6 sample space. Pag 2 naman, 1 out of 6 pa rin. Pag 3, 1 out of 6 pa rin. And so as your 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And then, ilagay nyo lang yan sa probability mass function and that's it. Ganyan lang. Okay? Let's try another one. Sabi dito, a random sample of 30 grade 3 student is evaluated for their recitations. So, ang ating number or ang ating variable here, random variable, is the number of recitations. So, kung titignan ninyo dito, meron tayong values of x. Meron tayong no recitation, so that's 0. Meron tayong 1 recitation. Ito yung mga possible values of x natin. Okay? Also, we have meron naman yung nakakuha ng 2 recitation, meron namang 3 yung recitation, and meron namang 4 yung recitation. So, this is your values of x. Okay? Ngayon naman, yan yung ating values of x. Now, we're trying to find for the PMF. Kunin natin yung probability mass function. So, una, ilan ba yung nakakuha ng 0 recitations? So, kung titignan ninyo, meron tayong 5. So, that's 5. Out of what is the sample space? Ilan ba silang lahat? 30. So, that's 5/30. So, we get 1/6. Sunod, 1 naman. Ilan ba yung nakakuha ng isang recitation? So, we have 16. So, 16/30, that's 18. Pag dalawa naman, meron daw tayong 2 students na nakakuha ng 2 recitation. So, that's 2/30. That's 1/15. Pag 3 naman, meron daw tayong 4 students. So, 4/30 or 2/10. And lastly, ilan yung nakakuha ng 4 na recitation? Meron daw tayong 3. So, 3/30, that's 1/10. Okay? Ngayon naman, let's try to get the probability of choosing students na merong at least 3 recitations. Pag sinabi nating at least 3 recitations, that is just the same as saying pwedeng 3 or pwedeng 4. So, yung at least 3 natin, yung 3 natin, that's the minimum value. So, we're gonna get the sum of having 3 recitations and 4 recitations. So, meron tayo dito. We're gonna add them. So, 4/30 plus 3/30, 3/15 plus 1/10, that is just the same as 7/30. So, that is the probability of getting students who has at least 3 recitations. Okay? So, let's try another one. Para at least you understand the concept. Sabi dito, suppose that the PMF is defined by the following formula. So this is your formula. And then kapag ang x mo is 1, papalitan mo lang yung x dito. Kapag ang x mo is 2, papalitan mo lang, etc. etc. Okay? Ngayon, ilan kaya yung probability of getting 1? So, since it's x over 15, palitan nyo lang ng 1 yung x, that's 1 over. Paano pag 2? 2 over 15. Pag 3, 3 over 15 or 1/3. Ay 1/5. Okay? Pag 4 naman, 4 over 15. Pag 5, 5 over. Ganun lang. That's it. Okay? Let's try another one. Sabi dito, this is a PMF. Okay? This is a given PMF. Pero meron tayong missing na value. We are trying to find for the probability of getting 2. Ngayon, kung babalikan ninyo yung dalawang sinabi ko kaninang description of a PMF, yung una dapat is their probabilities should be between 0 and 1. Lahat dapat ito between 0 and 1. Pangalawa, yung sum nila should be equal to 1. So, ibig sabihin, if you're gonna add lahat ng ito, including yung nawawala, the answer should be 1. So, we can get that by using that concept. So, pwede nating pag-a-addin lahat ng probability of 0, 1, 2, 4, and then substitute. Okay? Alam ninyo that your 0.15 is the probability of getting 0. Piece of 1 naman is 0.20. Piece of 2 that is missing, kaya nga piece of 2 pa rin dito. Piece of 3 it's 0.24. Piece of 4 is 0.06. Ngayon, gagawin mo, dapat ang end goal is ni piece of lang iti maiwan. So you're gonna add all the remaining numbers, so that's 0.65. To get piece of, transpose this to the other side. So that will give you 1 minus 0.65, which is equal to 50, or piece of. Ngayon, para makuha si piece of 2, subtract, and that will give you 0.35. Ibig sabihin, ang nandito, 0.35. What concept did we use? The concept of this, that the sum of all of this probability is 1. Always 1. Okay? Same case. Hanapin daw natin yung value ni K. Alam naman natin na pag nag-add natin lahat to, the answer is 1. So, let's add all of them. So, since ang goal natin is maiwan si 2K, pag-addin tayo amin nga datuma. So, that gives you 0.5. Now, to get K alone here, transpose natin to the other side, which will give you 1 minus 0.5 equals to K. Ngayon naman, subtract. And then, para mahanap si K, we should divide 2 in both of your sides. So, that will cancel, and that will give you K is equal to 0.075. The value of this na buo, it's 0.15. Pero since ang hinahanap natin is the value of K, kaya siya 0.075. Okay? Okay. Let's try to answer such questions. Sabi dito, ano daw yung given? Given daw this PMF. This is a correct PMF. Okay? Kunin mo daw yung probability that the tailor will sell more than 2 batches. Ibig sabihin, ang pwede niyang mabenta is 2, pwede rin namang 3, 4, or 5. Pero pag sinabi nating more than, ibig sabihin, we're not gonna include. Kasi dapat mas marami daw kahit. So, include lang natin si 3, 4, 5. So, you're just gonna get the probabilities of 3, 4, 5, tapos pagplaplasin nyo. And that will be the probability. So the probability that the tailor will sell more than 2 batch is 0.65. That's it. Paano naman kapag ang maipapaano niya is at most 3 batches? Ibig sabihin, maximum na niya yung 3. So pwedeng nakabenta siya ng tatlo, nakabenta siya ng 2, or nakabenta siya ng 1. You're gonna add, so that will give you 0.7. So basahin niyo lang kung ano yung sinasabi dito. Okay? Another one. Paano naman kapag ang nabenta niya is exactly 5 batches? Ibig sabihin, dun pa lang sa may nabenta na 5. And that will give you 0. Okay? So, ganun lang yung paggamit ng PMF. So, kung hindi given yung PMF, kayo yung gumawa. Okay? So, let's try to have your last topic, which is the expected value when we have a discrete random variable. So, ang na-discuss na natin is sample space. We are also done with your probability. Tapos na rin tayo sa discrete random variable, the difference of discrete and continuous, and then tapos na tayo sa PMF. Ngayon naman, expected value. When we talk about expected value, ang gagawin nyo lang is very, very easy. You're just gonna get the product of your X and their probability, and then pagplasin nyo lang ang. For example, this is your X. 0, 1, 2. Probabilities nila, respectively, nandito sa baba. Ang sabi, you're gonna compute for the expected value. Ang formula, ganito lang. Ngayon, ang gagawin nyo lang anak ko is ganito. You're gonna multiply this together. So, you're gonna get 0 times 0.5. You're gonna multiply 1 times 0.50. You're gonna multiply times its probability. And then 3 times 0.10. After multiplying, add them all together, and that is the expected value. You may be asking, Ma'am, Simmo Bramet 1. Yung sinasabi ko kanina na exactly 1, that is your PMF. Ang kinukuha natin ngayon, expected value. Expected value can have any value. Hindi siya limited sa 1. Pero yung ating PMF, when I say PMF, it's this number. Kapag inad natin lahat ito, that should be equal to. Pag hindi, there's something. Okay? Another one. When we talk about PMF, dapat daw lahat ng ito, pag pinag-plus natin, is equal to 1. Rectus. Pero when we talk about expected value, ang gagawin natin is 0 times 0.30 plus 1 times 0.06 plus 2 times 0.30. So, itina-times natin, i-multiply natin kanilang values of X with their respective probabilities after, and then after which, we're gonna just get sum. Ganun lang. Okay? So, again we had your 4 topics. We had your, tawag yun? I don't know, no. Una, we had your, what was the first one again? Sample space. Pangalawa, we had your probability. Pangatlo, we had your random variable. And then the difference between discrete and continuous. Your PMF din, tapos na natin. And then your expected value. Okay? Never mind the exercise. I will no longer give you an exercise, pero I would like you to repeat and repeat watching this, para at least you understand what I'm telling, you understand the different concepts Especially, we will have them in your final examination. Okay? So if may questions kayo after watching this, you may message me, you may contact me. Anyway, I'm available since wala naman na tayong klase. Okay? So I guess that's it. There are no more questions or there are no more additional topics. Ang coverage of your exam is your graph and then this probability and that's it. Wala na. 2 topics lang for your final exam. Okay? So see you on Wednesday next week for your final schedule. And please bring your... Okay, see you and